less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonics Money Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonics Money Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonics Money Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonics Money Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Jalba!
Amo! Moro!
Bari biba ma diari mbakel.
Konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto purkoto mo.
Muto nyaade man nin korko. Sila koto wakata sate koto.
Prince Kuyate la mamanta nan entertainment. Wala be mbakala Senegal jane hore ka fo me kora awol. Kala purata enti. Mbe korontoro kan ala karam fa janne won.
Yenyun kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang. Sato dao da tata jen kama de ka fo kora awol. amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numo nyo fosli
kora mansa
ni aje be kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dal ko lewon sabu kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la beon
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
dalba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto furkoto
muto nyaade man nin kolko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince ko yatale mamanta nan entertainment wala be bemba kala semega jane hori ka ko me kora awo kala purata mbe korontoro kan ala karam fa janne wala
yenyin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dao da tata jen kamare ka fo kora awo amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numo nyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu Fatou Sonko bakaw
kora mansa
ni aje be kumbola tumbun ko to salon ko dal ko lewon sabu Kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la beon
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
dalba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto furkoto
muto nyaade man nin kolko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince ko yatale mamanta nan entertainment wala be bemba kala semega jane hori ka ko me kora awo kala purata mbe korontoro kan ala karam fa janne wala
yenyin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dao da tata jen kamare ka fo kora awo amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numo nyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu Fatou Sonko bakaw
kora mansa
ni aje be kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dal ko lewon sabu Kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la beon
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
dalba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto furkoto
muto nyaade man nin kolko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince ko yatale mamanta nan entertainment wala be bemba kala semega jane hori ka ko me kora awo kala purata mbe korontoro kan ala karam fa janne wala
yenyin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dao da tata jen kamare ka fo Kora awo amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numo nyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu Fatou Sonko bakaw
kora mansa
ni aje be kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dal ko lewon sabu Kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la beon
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
dalba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto furkoto
muto nyaade man nin kolko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince ko yatale mamanta nan entertainment wala be bemba kala semega jane hori ka ko me kora awo kala purata mbe korontoro kan ala karam fa janne wala
yenyin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dao da tata jen kamare ka fo Kora awo amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numo nyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu Fatou Sonko bakaw
kora mansa
ni aje be kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dal ko lewon sabu Kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la beon
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
dalba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto furkoto
muto nyaade man nin kolko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince ko yatale mamanta nan entertainment wala be bemba kala semega jane hori ka ko me kora awo kala purata mbe korontoro kan ala karam fa janne wala
yenyin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dao da tata jen kamare ka fo Kora awo amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numonyo first lady
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be dele don ajaratu Fatou Sonko bakaw
Kora mansa
ni ajebe kumbola tumbun ko to salon ko dali ko lon lo sabu Kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ko batar la bew
mbeje ko dura anta mu be mele neti
he baba
daliba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto kuto koto kurkoto
muto nyaade man nin ko sila koto wakata sate koto
Prince Kuyate la mamantanan entertainment wala be bemba kala Senegal jane hore ka fo me Kora awon kala purata enti be korontoro kan ala karam fa janni won
yenyum Kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dao da tata jen kamale ka fo Kora awon amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numonyo first lady
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be dele don ajaratu Fatou Sonko bakaw
Kora mansa
ni ajebe kumbola tumbun ko to salon ko dali ko lon lo sabu Kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ko batar la bew
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
daliba
aho moro
Salute every dog na the trap where you pre-empire and I build it up brick by brick. This is you're watching Gambian Talents TV, you know. What the problems?
Wale jam se jabur jam ndoka bi freedom of space te wale jam duol be la duwa du boal be boa alla bolon esti Gambian dream brikama boyo
Dul Karna.
It's all about Gambian Talent TV. Tune in direct. Ala GB. Stay tuned. Mimbe kidding Gambia. Mimbe kidding Gambia Bantala. Gambia. Look.
This is Abdul Karim Wagan Faye, and right now you're tuned into Gambian Talents TV, numero uno online TV.
Salute every dog na the
Hey yo, Gambian Talents, Sen TV bi neex na ñoo. Wow, Sen show yi neex na ñoo. Yeah, Sen TV bi rafet na. Wow, Gambian Talents TV. Ñu dem nañ seetaan Gambian Talents.
Gambian Talents, dara du ko tee Gambian Talents.
Wow, nah.
Thank you.
Hey yo, Gambian Talents, Sen TV bi neex na ñoo. Wow, Sen show yi neex na ñoo. Yeah, Sen TV bi rafet na. Wow, Gambian Talents TV. Ñu dem nañ seetaan Gambian Talents.
Gambian Talents, dara du ko tee Gambian Talents.
Wow, nah.
Thank you.
SB Printing and Design dama bëgg ngeen jox ma noppa bu baax bi yéen ñi nga xam ne ni di ngeen am seen kër yi ees yéen ñi nga xam ne di ngeen am ay boutique wala ay salon wala lépp li ngeen xam ne ni méngoo na ak wàllu peinture ak design jokkoo leen ak ki nga xam ne ni moom mooy Uyosi Seku Bojang xarañ lool si liggéeyam xam li muy def mun ko te di ko def ak SB Printing Design lépp loo leen na ma si xeetum design paint and everything li ngeen soxla si seen boutique seen néeg seen kër yi ees yi dama ne jokkoo leen ak moom si 331 3415 331 3415 mu nekk foofu sa Serekunda ci Kistown jokkoo leen ak ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy SB Printing Design ñun designal leen ba seen xol sedda lii sedda sa xol ñun loolu moo ñu soxal ak SB Printing Design taaral sa kër taaral sa dëkkuwaay SB Printing and Design dama bëgg ngeen jox ma noppa bu baax bi yéen ñi nga xam ne ni di ngeen am seen kër yi ees yéen ñi nga xam ne di ngeen am ay boutique wala ay salon wala lépp li ngeen xam ne ni méngoo na ak wàllu peinture ak design jokkoo leen ak ki nga xam ne ni moom mooy Uyosi Seku Bojang xarañ lool si liggéeyam xam li muy def mun ko te di ko def ak SB Printing Design lépp loo leen na ma si xeetum design paint and everything li ngeen soxla si seen boutique seen néeg seen kër yi ees yi dama ne jokkoo leen ak moom si 331 3415 331 3415 nekk foofu sa Serekunda ci Kistown jokkoo leen ak ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy SB Printing Design ñun designal leen ba seen xol sedda lii sedda sa xol ñun loolu moo ñu soxal ak SB Printing Design taaral sa kër taaral sa dëkkuwaay. SB Printing and Design. SB Printing and Design dama bëgg ngeen jox ma noppa bu baax bi. yéen ñi nga xam ne ni di ngeen am seen kër yi ees yéen ñi nga xam ne ni di ngeen am ay boutique wala ay salon wala lépp li ngeen xam ne ni méngoo na ak wàllu peinture ak design jokkoo leen ak ki nga xam ne ni moom mooy Uyo Seku Bojang xarañ lool si liggéeyam xam li muy def mun ko te di ko def ak SB Printing Design lépp loo leen nama si xeetum design paint and everything li ngeen soxla si seen boutique seen néeg seen kër yi ees yi dama ne jokkoo leen ak moom si 331 3415 331 3415 ñu nekk foofu sa Serekunda ci Kistown jokkoo leen ak ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy SB Printing Design ñu designal leen ba seen xol sedda lii sedda sa xol ñun loolu moo ñu soxal ak SB Printing Design taaral sa kër taaral sa dëkkuwaay. SB Printing and Design. SB Printing and Design dama bëgg ngeen jox ma noppa bu baax bi. yéen ñi nga xam ne ni di ngeen am seen kër yi ees yéen ñi nga xam ne ni di ngeen am ay boutique wala ay salon wala lépp li ngeen xam ne ni méngoo na ak wàllu peinture ak design jokkoo leen ak ki nga xam ne ni moom mooy Uyo Seku Bojang xarañ lool si liggéeyam xam li muy def mun ko te di ko def ak SB Printing Design lépp loo leen nama si xeetum design paint and everything li ngeen soxla si seen boutique seen néeg seen kër yi ees yi dama ne jokkoo leen ak moom si 331 3415 331 3415 ñu nekk foofu sa Serekunda ci Kistown jokkoo leen ak ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy SB Printing Design ñu designal leen ba seen xol sedda lii sedda sa xol ñun loolu moo ñu soxal ak SB Printing Design taaral sa kër taaral sa dëkkuwaay. SB Printing and Design. SB Printing and Design dama bëgg ngeen jox ma noppa bu baax bi. yéen ñi nga xam ne ni di ngeen am seen kër yi ees yéen ñi nga xam ne ni di ngeen am ay boutique wala ay salon wala lépp li ngeen xam ne ni méngoo na ak wàllu peinture ak design jokkoo leen ak ki nga xam ne ni moom mooy Uyo Seku Bojang xarañ lool si liggéeyam xam li muy def mun ko te di ko def ak SB Printing Design lépp loo leen nama si xeetum design paint and everything li ngeen soxla si seen boutique seen néeg seen kër yi ees yi dama ne jokkoo leen ak moom si 331 3415 331 3415 ñu nekk foofu sa Serekunda ci Kistown jokkoo leen ak ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy SB Printing Design ñu designal leen ba seen xol sedda lii sedda sa xol ñun loolu moo ñu soxal ak SB Printing Design taaral sa kër taaral sa dëkkuwaay. SB Printing and Design. SB Printing and Design dama bëgg ngeen jox ma noppa bu baax bi. yéen ñi nga xam ne ni di ngeen am seen kër yi ees yéen ñi nga xam ne ni di ngeen am ay boutique wala ay salon wala lépp li ngeen xam ne ni méngoo na ak wàllu peinture ak design jokkoo leen ak ki nga xam ne ni moom mooy Uyo Seku Bojang xarañ lool si liggéeyam xam li muy def mun ko te di ko def ak SB Printing Design lépp loo leen nama si xeetum design paint and everything li ngeen soxla si seen boutique seen néeg seen kër yi ees yi dama ne jokkoo leen ak moom si 331 3415 331 3415 ñu nekk foofu sa Serekunda ci Kistown jokkoo leen ak ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy SB Printing Design ñu designal leen ba seen xol sedda lii sedda sa xol ñun loolu moo ñu soxal ak SB Printing Design taaral sa kër taaral sa dëkkuwaay. SB Printing and Design. SB Printing and Design dama bëgg ngeen jox ma noppa bu baax bi. yéen ñi nga xam ne ni di ngeen am seen kër yi ees yéen ñi nga xam ne ni di ngeen am ay boutique wala ay salon wala lépp li ngeen xam ne ni méngoo na ak wàllu peinture ak design jokkoo leen ak ki nga xam ne ni moom mooy Uyo Seku Bojang xarañ lool si liggéeyam xam li muy def mun ko te di ko def ak SB Printing Design lépp loo leen nama si xeetum design paint and everything li ngeen soxla si seen boutique seen néeg seen kër yi ees yi dama ne jokkoo leen ak moom si 331 3415 331 3415 ñu nekk foofu sa Serekunda ci Kistown jokkoo leen ak ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy SB Printing Design ñu designal leen ba seen xol sedda lii sedda sa xol ñun loolu moo ñu soxal ak SB Printing Design taaral sa kër taaral sa dëkkuwaay. SB Printing and Design. SB Printing and Design dama bëgg ngeen jox ma noppa bu baax bi. yéen ñi nga xam ne ni da ngeen am seen kër yi ees yéen ñi nga xam ne ni da ngeen am ay boutique wala ay salon wala lépp li ngeen xam ne ni méngoo na ak wàllu peinture ak design jokkoo leen ak ki nga xam ne ni moom mooy Uyo Ceesay Bojang xarañ lool si liggéeyam xam li muy def mun ko te di ko def ak SB printing design lépp loo leen nama si xeetum design paint and everything li ngeen soxla si seen boutique seen néeg seen kër yi ees yi dama ne jokkoo leen ak moom si 331 3415 331 3415 nekk foofu sa Serekunda ci Kistown jokkoo leen ak ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy SB printing design ñun designal leen ba seen xol sedda lii sedda sa xol ñun loolu moo ñu soxal ak SB printing design taaral sa kër taaral sa dëkkuwaay SB printing and design SB printing and design dama bëgg ngeen jox ma noppa bu baax bi yéen ñi nga xam ne ni da ngeen am seen kër yi ees yéen ñi nga xam ne ni da ngeen am ay boutique wala ay salon wala lépp li ngeen xam ne ni méngoo na ak wàllu peinture ak design jokkoo leen ak ki nga xam ne ni moom mooy Uyo Ceesay Bojang xarañ lool si liggéeyam xam li muy def mun ko te di ko def ak SB printing design lépp loo leen nama si xeetum design paint and everything li ngeen soxla si seen boutique seen néeg seen kër yi ees yi dama ne jokkoo leen ak moom si 331 3415 331 3415 nekk foofu sa Serekunda ci Kistown jokkoo leen ak ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy SB printing design ñun designal leen ba seen xol sedda lii sedda sa xol ñun loolu moo ñu soxal ak SB printing design taaral sa kër taaral sa dëkkuwaay SB printing and design SB printing and design dama bëgg ngeen jox ma noppa bu baax bi yéen ñi nga xam ne ni da ngeen am seen kër yi ees
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonic's Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonic's money transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonic's money transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Mutoñade mannin kolko sila koto wakata sate koto
Prince Kuyatele Mamantanang Entertainment wala be bemba kala semega jane hori ka fa me kora awo kala purata enti be korontoro kan ala karam fa janni woni
yenyum kora bemba minda kanake Gambia jang sato dao da tata jen kamo de ka fo kora awo amma kan man ten kunno bankoka iko banko nyaton ko minketa adama baruti anala numonyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka kenyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu Fatou Sonko bakaw
Kora mansa
ni ajebe kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dal ko lewon sabu Kora manke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ko batar la beon
mbeje ko dura ndamu be mele neti
he baba
dalba
amo moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto purkoto
mutoñade mannin kolko sila koto wakata sate koto
Prince Kuyatele Mamantanang Entertainment wala be bemba kala semega jane hori ka fa me kora awo kala purata enti be korontoro kan ala karam fa janni woni
yenyum kora bemba minda kanake Gambia jang sato dao da tata jen kamo de ka fo kora awo amma kan man ten kunno bankoka iko banko nyaton ko minketa adama baruti anala numonyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka kenyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu Fatou Sonko bakaw
Kora mansa
ni ajebe kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dal ko lewon sabu Kora manke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ko batar la beon
mbeje ko dura ndamu be mele neti
he baba
dalba
amo moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto purkoto
mutoñade mannin kolko sila koto wakata sate koto
Prince Kuyatele Mamantanang Entertainment wala be bemba kala semega jane hori ka fa me kora awo kala purata enti be korontoro kan ala karam fa janni woni
yenyum kora bemba minda kanake Gambia jang sato dao da tata jen kamo de ka fo kora awo amma kan man ten kunno bankoka iko banko nyaton ko minketa adama baruti anala numonyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka kenyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu Fatou Sonko bakaw
Kora mansa
ni ajebe kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dal ko lewon sabu Kora manke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ko batar la beon
mbeje ko dura ndamu be mele neti
he baba
dalba
amo moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto purkoto
mutoñati manninkol ko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince kuyatele mamantanan entertainment wala be bemba kala semega jane hori ka fo me kora awo kala purata enti mbe korontoro kan ala karam fa janni woni
yeñin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dawo da tata jen kamode ka fo kora awo amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baroti anala numo nyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko amadou kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu fatu sonko bakaw
kora mansa
ni aje be kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dali ko lon do sabu kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la bewta
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
daliba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto furkoto
mutoñati manninkol ko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince kuyatele mamantanan entertainment wala be bemba kala semega jane hori ka fo me kora awo kala purata enti mbe korontoro kan ala karam fa janni woni
yeñin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dawo da tata jen kamode ka fo kora awo amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baroti anala numo nyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko amadou kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu fatu sonko bakaw
kora mansa
ni aje be kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dali ko lon do sabu kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la bewta
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
daliba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto furkoto
mutoñati manninkol ko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince kuyatele mamantanan entertainment wala be bemba kala semega jane hori ka fo me kora awo kala purata enti mbe korontoro kan ala karam fa janni woni
yeñin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dawo da tata jen kamode ka fo kora awo amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baroti anala numo nyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko amadou kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu fatu sonko bakaw
kora mansa
ni aje be kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dali ko lon do sabu kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la bewta
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
daliba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto furkoto
mutoñati manninkol ko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince kuyatele mamantanan entertainment wala be bemba kala semega jane hori ka fo me kora awo kala purata enti mbe korontoro kan ala karam fa janni woni
yeñin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dawo da tata jen kamode ka fo kora awo amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baroti anala numo nyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko amadou kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu fatu sonko bakaw
kora mansa
ni aje be kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dali ko lon do sabu kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la bewta
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
daliba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto furkoto
mutoñati manninkol ko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince kuyatele mamantanan entertainment wala be bemba kala semega jane hori ka fo me kora awo kala purata enti mbe korontoro kan ala karam fa janni woni
yeñin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dawo da tata jen kamode ka fo kora awo amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baroti anala numo nyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko amadou kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu fatu sonko bakaw
kora mansa
ni aje be kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dali ko lon do sabu kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la bewta
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
daliba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto furkoto
mutoñade manninkol ko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince kuyatele mamantanan entertainment wala ɓe mbakela semega jane hoore ka fo me kora awa kela purata enti mbe korontoro kanne ala karam fa janni woni
yeñin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dawo da tata jen kamade ka fo kora awol amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numo nyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu Fatou Sonko bakaw
Kora mansa
ni adema kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dal ko lewon sabu Kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la beon
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
dalba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto purkoto
mutoñade manninkol ko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince kuyatele mamantanan entertainment wala ɓe mbakela semega jane hoore ka fo me kora awa kela purata enti mbe korontoro kanne ala karam fa janni woni
yeñin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dawo da tata jen kamade ka fo kora awol amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numo nyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu Fatou Sonko bakaw
Kora mansa
ni adema kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dal ko lewon sabu Kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la beon
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
dalba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto purkoto
mutoñade manninkol ko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince kuyatele mamantanan entertainment wala ɓe mbakela semega jane hoore ka fo me kora awa kela purata enti mbe korontoro kanne ala karam fa janni woni
yeñin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dawo da tata jen kamade ka fo kora awol amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numo nyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu Fatou Sonko bakaw
Kora mansa
ni adema kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dal ko lewon sabu Kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la beon
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
dalba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto purkoto
mutoñade manninkol ko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince kuyatele mamantanan entertainment wala ɓe mbakela semega jane hoore ka fo me kora awa kela purata enti mbe korontoro kanne ala karam fa janni woni
yeñin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dawo da tata jen kamade ka fo kora awol amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numo nyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu Fatou Sonko bakaw
Kora mansa
ni adema kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dal ko lewon sabu Kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la beon
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
dalba
aho moro
bari bibe ma diari mbakel
konkoto murkoto le konkoto futo koto purkoto
mutoñade manninkol ko sila koto wakata sate koto
prince kuyatele mamantanan entertainment wala ɓe mbakela semega jane hoore ka fo me kora awa kela purata enti mbe korontoro kanne ala karam fa janni woni
yeñin kora bemba min da kanake Gambia jang sato dawo da tata jen kamade ka fo kora awol amma kan man ten kunno banko ka iko banko nyaton ko min keta adama baruti anala numo nyo fosli
Fatoumatta baba
ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka ke nyaton ko Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don ajaratu Fatou Sonko bakaw
Kora mansa
ni adema kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dal ko lewon sabu Kora man ke bi fenti
baraka
ha
ngoy batar la beon
mbeje ko dura anda mu be mele neti
he baba
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonic's Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonic's Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonic's Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK
Talents, Sen TV bi neex na ñoo. Wow, Sen show yi neex na ñoo. Yeah, Sen TV bi rafet na. Wow, Gambian Talents TV. Ñu dem nañ seetaan Gambian Talents.
Gambian Talents, dara du ko tee Gambian Talents.
Wow, nah.
Thank you.
Hey yo, Gambian Talents, Sen TV bi neex na ñoo. Wow, Sen show yi neex na ñoo. Yeah, Sen TV bi rafet na. Wow, Gambian Talents TV. Ñu dem nañ seetaan Gambian Talents.
Gambian Talents, dara du ko tee Gambian Talents.
Wow, nah.
Thank you.
Hey yo, Gambian Talents, Sen TV bi neex na ñoo. Wow, Sen show yi neex na ñoo. Yeah, Sen TV bi rafet na. Wow, Gambian Talents TV. Ñu dem nañ seetaan Gambian Talents.
Gambian Talents, dara du ko tee Gambian Talents.
Wow, nah.
Thank you.
Free empire and I build it up brick by brick. This. You're watching Gambian Talents TV, you know. What the problems?
Take it from a kid. Mimfama hanifen tuwaja. I'm getting it all is so man. Muka hanifen tuwaleja. Albany lab. Ya duwaleja. Seta burjam. Ndulka bi freedom of space te buwaleja. Duwal bela duwa du buwal be buwa. Allah bolon esti Gambian dream drikama boyo.
Dulkanda.
It's all about Gambian Talent TV. Tune in direct. Ala GB. Stay tuned. Mimbekiring Gambia. Mimbekiring Gambia Bantala. Gambia. Look.
This is Abdul Karim Wagan Faye, and right now you're tuned into Gambian Talents TV, numero uno online TV.
Salute every dog na the trap where you pre-empire and I build it up brick by brick. This is this. You're watching Gambian Talents TV, you know. What the problems?
Take it from a kid. Mim fama hani fen tuwaja. I'm getting it all is so man. Muka hani fen tuwaleja. I'll be need lap. Ye duwaleja. I'll say jaburja. Ndulka be freedom of space te buwaleja. Dual bela dua du bual be bua. Eh. Allah bolan esti Gambian dream brikama boyo.
Ndulkanda.
It's all about Gambian Talent TV. Tune in direct. Ala GB. Stay tuned. Mimbe kidding Gambia. Mimbe kidding Gambia Bantala. Gambia. Look.
This is Abdul Karim Wagan Faye, and right now you're tuned into Gambian Talents TV, numero uno online TV.
Salute every dog na the trap where you pre-empire and I build it up brick by brick. This is this. You're watching Gambian Talents TV, you know. What the problems?
Take it from a kid. Mim fama hani fen tuwaja. I'm getting it all is so man. Muka hani fen tuwaleja. I'll be need lap. Ye duwaleja. I'll say jaburja. Ndulka be freedom of space te buwaleja. Dual bela dua du bual be bua. Eh. Allah bolan esti Gambian dream brikama boyo.
Ndulkanda.
It's all about Gambian Talent TV. Tune in direct. Ala GB. Stay tuned. Mimbe kidding Gambia. Mimbe kidding Gambia Bantala. Gambia. Look.
This is Abdul Karim Wagan Faye, and right now you're tuned into Gambian Talents TV, numero uno online TV.
Salute every dog na the trap where you pre-empire and I build
Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics.
Aka kenu nyameng ñunum programme oti mum dina laale Gambian Talents TV arabo araba ka botala nani foka jitala luluka nin ko aka kenu nyameng ñi ado ni ciosano le fere nin ko ado ni ciosano akita ko wolti mu yalon ka mabotale nañu jamano molo mu yalon ko fa ya ado ni ciosano lo mbake molo mu yalon ko fana ya ado ni ciosano lo bari man fin kankuran wala maño bito hani fa kaseboyo ntaka di ture mbina lalije ko kuol natale mungu buka ado ni ciosano la kuola anin Gambian Talents TV ado ni ciosano tamabulale koteke albulan noma kona fale nyame arabo arabalo ado ni ciosano anin te ture muso fen tamabula koteke aka kenu nyame ñunum programme oti mum dina laale Gambian Talents TV arabo araba ka botala nani foka jitala luluka nin ko aka kenu nyame ñi ado ni ciosano le fere nin ko ado ni ciosano akita ko wolti mu yalon ka mabotale nañu jamano molo mu yalon ko fa ya ado ni ciosano lo mbake molo mu yalon ko fana ya ado ni ciosano lo bari man fin kankuran wala maño bito hani fa kaseboyo ntaka di ture mbina lalije ko kuol natale mungu buka ado ni ciosano la kuola anin Gambian Talents TV ado ni ciosano tamabulale koteke albulan noma kona fale nyame arabo arabalo ado ni ciosano anin te ture muso fen tamabula koteke ñameng ak kenu ñameng ñinam programme to mum bina la Gambian Talents TV arabo araba ka bo talent nani foka jitala luluka nin ko ak kenu ñameng ñi ado ni ciosano le fere nin ko ado ni ciosano akita ko walti mu yalon ka mabo tale nañu jamano molo mu yalon ko fang ya ado ni ciosano lo mbake molo mu yalon ko fana ya ado ni ciosano lo bari man fin kankuran wala maño bito hani fa kase boyo ntaka di ture mbina la lije ko kuwal natale mungu buka ado ni ciosano la kuwala anin Gambian Talents TV ado ni ciosano tamabulale koteke albulan noma kona fale nyame arabo arabalo ado ni ciosano anin te ture muso fen tamabula koteke aka kenu nyame ñinam programme to mum bina la Gambian Talents TV arabo araba ka bo talent nani foka jitala luluka nin ko aka kenu ñame ñi ado ni ciosano le fere nin ko ado ni ciosano akita ko walti mu yalon ka mabo tale nañu jamano molo mu yalon ko fang ya ado ni ciosano lo mbake molo mu yalon ko fana ya ado ni ciosano lo bari man fin kankuran wala maño bito hani fa kase boyo ntaka di ture mbina la lije ko kuwal natale mungu buka ado ni ciosano la kuwala anin Gambian Talents TV ado ni ciosano tamabulale koteke albulan noma kona fale nyame arabo arabalo ado ni ciosano anin te ture muso fen tamabula koteke aka kenu nyame ñinam programme to mum bina la Gambian Talents TV arabo araba ka bo talent nani foka jitala
Mr. Chair, let me just ascertain that the witness is available. Madam Witness, can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Good, we can see her.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Imam, you have the floor, please. Thank you. Can offer some prayers.
Thank you, Chair. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Rahmanirrahim Maliki Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم خير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين الله الذي جعل لكم الأرض قرارا والسماء بناء وصوركم فأحسن صوركم ورزقكم الطيبات ذلكم الله ربكم فتبارك الله رب العالمين هو الحي لا إله إلا هو فادعوه مخلصين له الدين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.
Amen. Shukran, Imam Jalal. Bishop, you have the floor, please.
Thank you, Chairman. All praise and glory and might and majesty and adoration and thanksgiving be unto you, O Lord Most High, the Creator, the Sustainer, and the Redeemer of all humankind throughout the whole world. We continue to depend upon your grace, your goodness, your healing power over the world. We ask that by almighty power you eradicate from the whole face of the globe this COVID-19 pandemic virus, that you restore normalcy throughout the whole wide world. As we continue our sitting here in the Trrc, we continue to submit all the witnesses that will come before us today, and we ask that you shall grant each and every one of them the boldness to speak the truth, grant the commission the discerning spirit to discern between truth and falsehood, and grant the populace and the diaspora the patience to allow the due process to take its course, and at the end of the day, you being the just judge will judge equally to the good and benefit of all. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Bishop Padiko. Council, if we're ready with the witness, please proceed. Let's start. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, commissioners and members of the audience. I must first of all apologize to the witness for the late start and for keeping her waiting almost all of yesterday afternoon without
things proceeding simply because we had technical difficulties we were dealing with. Madam Witness, apologies. I hope you would understand the circumstances and the conditions we are operating under.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Yes. Things in Gambia are not as efficient as they would be in Germany, unfortunately. So
I would say I was really irritated a bit, but I understand after having spoken to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for understanding. Before you start your testimony, I would like you to make an affirmation to speak the truth. So I'd suggest that you say the following, that I, Fatoumatta Sandeng Dabo, hereby affirm to speak the truth and nothing but the truth.
I, Fatoumatta Sandeng Dabo, affirm to speak the truth and nothing but the truth.
Thank you very much, Fatoumatta. An affirmation is as good as an oath, so you are expected to speak the truth and nothing but the truth. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Thank you very much. And I would encourage that you speak a little more into the microphone so that we can hear you. Or up the volume a little bit, if you don't mind. I would like to talk to you about the following issues this morning. That is your background. We would want to know who you are. Then we would talk about the events of April 14, 2016, starting from your Fajr prayers and the events that followed subsequently on that day, and also the events that took place on the 15th and 16th of April 2016, your flight to Senegal, life as a refugee in Senegal, your return to Gambia, and the impact of the events of April 14th to 16 on your life and that of your family. These are the things we would want you to talk about. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
So, just a brief intervention. Would you need any interpretation in any of the local languages, or?
That's a good intervention, Mr. Chair. We can try it and see whether that could work, considering that this one is virtual. But Fatoumatta, allow for interpretation in the Mandinka language before you respond to my questions. We haven't done that before, but let's give it a shot and see if it would work. So let's have the Mandinka interpretation, and then we proceed and see how that would. Hello, sir. Mr. Mane, we would want you to interpret in the Mandinka language. Are you set?
I'm set.
Thank you very much. So Fatoumatta, it looks like it's quite an easy one. Fatoumatta, what are your full names, please? Before you answer, allow for the interpretation.
Fatoumatta, ito ni community.
You may respond.
I am Fatoumatta Sandeng Dabo now.
Date and place of birth.
I was born on the 6th of April, 1994 in Dipakunda.
6th of April 1994 in Dipakunda.
April 1994 Dipakunda.
Okay. Where did you attend schooling?
I attended nursery in Dipakunda, primary school in Dakota.
Some of the things you have said are not very clear, so perhaps I should just read them out from your statement. You attended Bakote proper lower basic school.
Akakaranta ba kote proper lower basic karandu wolto aflo wolto.
2001 to 2007.
2001 kata 2007.
And from there, you proceeded to Kotu Junior Secondary School from 2007 to 2009.
Abutawoto kata Kotu Junior karandu to kaba 2007 kata 2009.
And then you went to Nusrat Senior Secondary School from 2010 to 2012.
Atata Nusrat karandu bato utumwale kaba 2010 kata 2012.
And from 2007 to 2015, you worked as a musician, as a singer. And from October 2015 to 2016, you work at Supersonics Microfinance.
Ye donc la ke music la karo la kaba 2007 kata 2012. Bari nata do ko ke me ya lonko aketa safaro do ko bunda men kata na floti. Sorry, comes from 2000 what?
2007 to 2015.
Kama 2007 kata 2015.
As a musician. And from October 2015 to April 2016, she worked at Supersonic Microfinance.
Supersonic Microfinance kama 2015 kata 2016 samkang.
Does that reflect your educational background and your work experience up to April 2016?
Akobitu fo wala mukulu la nyati ite fo la jero ni la kulu to aya sata te nyamu fo aketa wala nyamu bang.
I still can't hear you. Could you check your microphone?
I said yes, that's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you very much. You can adjust the microphone so that we can hear you. And in early 2017, you founded the Solo Sandeng Foundation. Is that right?
2017 Juna Mafamala Solo Sandeng Foundation yalo mutumone fo aketa wala nyamu bang.
Yes.
Could you tell us about the foundation? What are its objectives?
Femfanyi okafola kuto bang dalilo umuneti.
Yes, in 2016, after coming back from exile, and shortly before the April 14th,
2016 bring amunuta nang kabu dayola what is still wrong utumolem ye kafuni law.
I consulted with my family, explaining that I wanted to set up a family in my father's name.
Utumolem anala badi ukachata la dimbaya mulu kafun ko lefta kafuno la mfama toyala.
And also I seeked help and advice from other people who had reached out when I was in exile.
Akwana taya moro nyini mudulu funalu bulu. Mene ya lonko ye makore diala watu men audaita abe banko e bantala.
We set up the Solo Sandeng Foundation and launched it on the 14th of April 2017 to commemorate Solo Sandeng to death as we
Well, Council, there are certain parts which I can't get.
Could you leave the microphone and see if it would work as you speak? Try again.
Or maybe I could use the speaker of my laptop if that works. I asked that yesterday if this is giving us issues.
Okay, please try that and see if that would work.
Okay.
Is this working now?
Perfect.
Well, it's very clear now.
Perfect. Okay. So you sought advice from people who assisted you in making the decision to set up a foundation in your father's name. That's what you said, correct?
Akofo ya maro yini bulu puru kajube foisini kafo no ifa ma toya la watu mengi pareta akofo yewola funumba.
You lost it this time.
Something.
Maybe you should draw it closer to yourself.
Laptop ko katandi fongola demanding.
Kindly say something, Madam Witness.
A question for my banks. Say something. No.
Say something.
Ako halin di FM for bank because halin di became my sign.
It's not coming through. Mr. Chair, perhaps we should go off air and let her sort it out with the technicians, and then we come back, say in 10 minutes, max. Thank you.
Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics. If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland and the rest of the world, Supersonics Money Transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada.
Okay. Could you say something, Fatoumatta? Bakari, it doesn't seem that it's working there. I'm not even sure she's hearing me. Okay. Are you okay now? Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes. Could you indicate to King TV that we are set? We are good to go? Well, welcome back, Fatoumatta. It appears that the problem has been sorted out.
Yes, I was, if you can hear me.
Yes, I can now. Thank you very much. Can we have the Mandinka interpretation? Thank you very much, Mr. Interpreter. And now you are telling us how you came about setting up the Solo Sandeng Foundation.
Yes, it was launched on the 14th of April, 2017.
And what are the objectives of the foundation?
Some of them are, and the most important one is to keep up the legacy of Sandeng. Some of his values were, the rights that he respected and fought for.
In a sense, it was intended to keep his legacy alive and to continue empowering his values and beliefs of a democratic Gambia that is fit for all. That's what you said in your statement. That was the principal objective, isn't it?
Amunta dalilo kumumenti wala mumenti ko okafo ala no mumenti pour tala Solo Sandeng ala nyantolu ala lotan kamulu anu hammo mumenti wala kaje ko nyantolu kabringa te fonfo hadama dul la nyantolu ay samati ay na pour kaje ko Gambia la banko ay ke banko te me yalon ko démocratie si sabati no banko kan anin tilimu nin tonya aussi keno nyamin banko kan Gambia e ke banko te mo be si kanyan damen mo be la balunya e ninya.
Yes, that's right.
Mike, Council.
Thank you very much. And you serve as spokesperson of the campaign to bring Jammeh and his accomplices to justice. Is that a position that you hold?
Amunta inataka moti menka kuma puruka jako Jammeh alaw kafuyulu puruka jako ulfunalu yenalu tilimu ni tonya nyatilimu la puri la kebaru lumenu yake.
Yes, I still hold that.
And what do you do at the moment apart from those functions?
I'm attending college right now in Germany. After which I wish to pursue university.
Fantastic. Best of luck in your academic pursuits.
Give
us brief information about Solo. Who was Solo? As you call him.
Ibrahim Sandeng was my father, firstly. The father to 8 other siblings of mine.
What was his date of birth?
Yes, it's on the 1st of January, 1959. Okay.
And what did he do? Yes, I wanted to know, what did he do in the political front of this country?
He was a member of the United Democratic Party.
United Democratic Party
and held positions such as the youth secretary. And as I remember, Solo has always been holding meetings or organizing them. He was also meeting with other parties, I remember, so that they could form a coalition.
And party pour isi den ye bunda londi patel bese dem menna pour ka fereke ka jamme bondi.
And he was always fighting for other people's rights and standing for them.
Mole fanam men ka fero ke kata pour dolu fanali yela nyanto soton ka je ko wul fanali ye tonya soto ko laftala nyami.
Would you say he was a political activist?
That
he was.
And a human rights activist as well.
Clearly, yes.
Have you ever heard him say what he was, the extent to which he was willing to go in what he considered would be the best interest of the Gambia?
For roto atela karola ate pareta pour mun simfa façon l'etat hanfo abedal no la damin pour ka jeko telu lafta menta mandila Gambia banko kan fosi soto.
So there was always my code. If I am supposed to be the sacrificial lamb for Gambia to be free, then so be it.
So no, akanyin folo nko hanin misali kama atebebolo la liyo to bari Gambia la fansoto si kunno koma ako to ate abo silo talale pour hanna tabe fola fanna bari Gambia sa fansoto no kumo laftala nyami.
But for Gambia to free itself from what?
Pour Gambia ya fansoto kabumun kono.
from the class of dictatorship as he saw it.
Burukabo tajiria mararo kono kate haje nyami.
Under Yaya Jammeh's rule,
Watu me
1994.
Watu me Yaya Jammeh be mararola kabo 1994 sango kono.
But aside from his political activities, I am sure he was a loving father and a husband, seeing how fondly you speak of him.
Hana manke la politiko kunya lufananti. Bari ngaje le ko nakoro siroto mole meya lonko ulula le meya la dimbaya lukanu meya abadi lukanu ko kadi amola ko la nyami mole men la fita fanna ka la fita la dimbaya la nyami.
If one does not know, firstly, that Sulu was our father, I would think he was our grandfather. I mean.
Ako men ya lombake tuwangu iluka aika mutale fanko Sulu miite lumamaleti amahani ke ifamati so between ali temo benyamin abeko mama yale fango bani tema.
Once I remember we went out together and I held his hand and someone asked me, how are you not Muslim?
Ako kadu hakilo baka lunkilin anafama findita nyola ibitala bari ayo yenyo bulo mutanyamin mo soto ntamay ya nyinin ka suwa kauntu kafa wai fodun ifutu taliban.
I told him yes, he's my husband, and he kept quiet and everything was disturbing him.
Ako Mario ko ha nke malum nindi ako bari afama yedele doron amam fem fa ko nyinto itendenda wala nyama.
And also he snores when he sleeps. But he snored. So I was, I think, not his kid at home.
You are not his? The naughtiest.
I was the naughtiest kid at home, the most stubborn amongst us.
And I am at a member diamukantem dimukono atele kuno jata udulu beti and atele modi fana meya lonko amanya siata dumba la kono.
So I used to take my phone and record him.
Ako akala telephone phone tale niyo be simo la be koronto la akaw record.
But when he wakes up, he will hear us listening to something. He'll be like, "You did that." I'm like, How did you know? I didn't.
Ako tulo do kulinta aya moyi tulbe la moy kan gola asafa en ko itele nyim manya ke bang yes ako wol kulleta barata minula.
And I don't know, he doesn't like going to bed during the day. He rather sits and then be slumbering.
Ako abukala fikata ila la rawoto tilibulo bari akatara siri netmodolu sinola.
So we take pictures of him and send it to his WhatsApp himself.
Ako kono fana ikanata luta ikaki afangala WhatsApp kono ala mobile auto.
You must miss
him.
And
he always accuse me.
And nata fana yoje dron akatwate le tumila kava itella baram itella manyam nyindi.
You must miss him very much.
Abunda silang ala kuye me ya bake.
I'm sorry about that. Tell us what happened on April 14, 2016.
Afenye mune keta April kanoti tang anin nani 2016.
Yeah, so on April 16.
April 14. Let's start with April 14.
Ma follow April kanoti tang anin nani.
Yeah, on April 14th, early in the morning. We woke up to pray Fajr. It was myself, my mom, and my dad. So after praying, he turned. I was already getting to prepare for work.
Sorry,
I was already getting up to go prepare for work. And he told me, I'm usually called Ajifatu.
I beg your pardon?
I'm usually called Ajifatu at home, so he called me. He he told me we were conducting a peaceful protest today.
Ako fama kayan ko ha bide lafta fintilale nata balambaya ke barimba ke la kaira balambaya leti.
He told me that I don't know if it will end well.
Aka fama kay bar malonde fu alabango be ni alabang.
He told me that whatever happened,
ako afama kayan ko men tata ke
make sure you take care of the family.
Isi hakilo to dimbaya to.
And I will say, I'm not the oldest.
But at
that time, my elder sister was in Basse for postings. She worked with the MRC. And my elder brother was also in
was where?
In Senegal. So I was literally the oldest at that time. So when he told me that, he told me not to come back home after work until I hear that everything was fine. He would also make sure my mom and the kids are safe before he leaves.
Ka jel fananko abama anin dinding mundu sokono ibe tara tanko bundato.
So that's how I left for work.
Akwa bota sokono wala nyama kata do ko wala.
And that's the last time I saw him. I spoke to him.
Ako wala sinya labangoti aya famaje wala sinya labangoti fanan ana diamuta.
And what arrangements did you make for your mom and the kids? Seeing that he wanted all of you out of the house until you are certain, or you were certain that things were safe.
At that point, I didn't do anything. He was supposed to take care of that.
So I
left for work.
Do you know what your mom and other siblings did for their safety?
Yes, I learned they were taken to Kesering or Kololi, somewhere around there, to a house.
Akaya mu samba Keseri wala Kololi bulubije ila dinkira ye samba wala to follow.
Do you know why he took those steps?
So Solo had been arrested not once, but twice too. The last that he was arrested was that we held a private Fujiram or Tangier. I mixed these two places.
Ako labal me ya mutanu fang ay kullo bemoleke fotu jere fotanji bemoni ketawoleto barbitu dum tablu nyoto sate damen kinim.
And he spent, I think, almost 22 days in mile 2.
Ako which was silo ay tilimuan ni fulake mile 2 kasola.
After being denied bail.
Tatu balanta le puru kana bail.
But do you know why he was taking all these precautions for his family?
Aka bisai ya min dalila le yasabu akawo ferulu ke wotanka da ferulu puru ala dimba yalu.
Yes, he was certain that there was always brutality when it comes to protesting against the government.
Akukato ya luno ko utumu tilimbalia bale bekeri mimi misali kama mulu findita meni fayita ndiko imalafi mansakundala Kenya la Bangkok.
But did that extend to family members?
Fodu ya lumale moni Mario fango kuyokola.
But I suppose he thought it could have.
Namira roto aya mirako wasa Kenyole.
Thank you very much. And it was as a result of that he decided to send members of his family away from harm's way.
emin bara bake ngamira dalilo ya sabo ayin miraro soto pour kala dimbalu bondi silo kan mantoro si fute ma nyamin silo men kan.
That's right.
Tell us what happened when you closed to work that day.
Afanye mune kata brite do ko ke fola ji wato sita.
Well, it was in the afternoon. I saw it running and prepared.
I beg your pardon?
Could you repeat that again?
Yeah, it was in the afternoon while I was still in my office.
Ruma bala office okono.
That was at the back of the mall.
Jelam ba kote law safar dinkira ba to jula ba dinkira kakadame.
So I saw some women running towards us.
Akaya muso do lije be burkan nan kana itulu kan.
From which direction?
Ulkaboro minto ma fa no.
From the Serekunda market coming towards Bankoto Sukuta.
Ako ulkaboro Serekunda marché ma fangul lay kabon nan kana ba kote ma fangula kata Sukuta kan.
Did you have any contact with them?
Yeah, I wanted to ask one woman, what is going on? Where are you people?
Akaya musukilingi ninka ka fay mune be caring mulang na atelu bebori kanteng.
She told me she was also told that they did that.
Ela kuno bandula. What? Please, can you repeat that?
There was a coup d'etat.
Ako yene fay ko coup d'etat le lafta kela.
And some people were arrested.
And we mutale.
Switzerland and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in Gambia. Supersonics Money Transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting. Giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Super Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Super.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Early that morning, after praying Fajr, I went back to bed.
Ako ulu suba, bri suba salife bandi, amruta yela.
And then all of a sudden I heard something screaming.
Ako bari anata ke terem makuta barata ay mulu mu wurila.
And when I went out, Yakumba Jayte, and I went.
Ako bira findita honorable Yakumba Jayte beje wutumo bantoto.
And her mom.
Una bama.
Who was my big sister to my dad, who lived in the same area.
Alu honorable Yakumba Jayte bama mu atefama bari musoleti. Alu wutumo yalu man jamfanola be nyobalaji.
They came to inform my mom that her sister, Yakumba's sister, who lived in the US, had seen on Facebook that my father was killed on
Facebook afama ya dimindile hanifo abolota afota anyola.
It was, yes?
Please proceed.
Yeah, it was distressful. And my mom was crying. We didn't know what to believe at that point, because it is as if someone tells your dad is dead, you don't want to believe it.
Ako akata be umbaleti tumo kumbobe caring bari akata fele ko nimmo nata ko ifa man fatala dum kulum imman lanu akola follow.
So Yakumba offered to give us a ride to pipeline.
Ako bitu tumo la Yakumba nata fo ay bondiji pour que samba pipeline
at Usenu Davos if what we heard is true.
Pour que samba Usenu Davos la cordato pipeline.
Why?
But he was a party member of Usenu's, and probably would have heard something.
Akoka katu o fango fanambe Usenu Dabola partiwele kono fo dalilole ya sabu.
Okay, so what happened when you arrived there?
Bilal tata woto mune natake.
Well, when we got there, we saw Usenu. And he was already crying too. When I saw him, I
I beg your pardon, sorry.
Could you say that again?
When I saw him, I just concluded myself that it was true.
What
did you conclude was true?
That my father had died from torture, which I was informed of that day and which I also saw on Facebook the previous night.
Did Usainu have a conversation with your family?
Yes, we went into the house, and he told us he also had received the same information.
Ako ha edunda bunu kono andu useni ni mfenko afana yo kibar kilimo le soto.
And his source is reliable, so he believes that it might be true.
Andu meya kibaro nyindela kibaro soto silo menna bunda le meya lonko jikin na bunda lom o dalilo le asabu afana lata la ko kibaro to nyale.
But he would still make more inquiries and go to Banjul.
But hanim bi
get back to us.
Hanim bi abe continue le ka kisi roke kanyinin ka roke bari abitala le fo Banjul andun ko nata la nyonyandi nyama abe kibaro ni sindila utulumale.
Did he say where in Banjul he was going to go to get the information?
Fire follow tumo abita min to le Banjul sato ko no kata nyin kibaro nyininje.
No, I didn't know.
Hanim no to know.
And what happened after that?
No, we left and went back home. After some time, he came back with Lamin Diba, the late Lamin Diba.
Anata murun nang itulukan aning Lamin Diba wala mtala Lamin Diba membanta.
Who came to you with the late Lamin Diba?
Jumal tala Lamin Diba Natalia.
Usenu Dabo.
And?
He informed us that it was true.
Proceed. What happened else during that day?
They had left. And, the house was filled with people. Answered the phone. And there were a lot of young people from Dipakunda.
I beg your pardon, please.
There were a lot of young people from Dipakunda who were there too.
Funding ke jama fanan nata je meni alon ko bota Dipakunda.
I spoke to Yakumba.
Akata family Yakumba dia muta.
She asked me what would we do. I told her, okay, I would gather the youth and I would talk to them. I told them I am marching and I'm going to ask for my father's body. Dead or alive. And if any of you would want to come with me, you're welcome. That's how we marched to Pipeline.
Where did you march from?
From our home, from Dipakunda.
How many of you?
I remember my mom was crying.
I
couldn't say how many we were, but a lot of young people.
Boys and girls?
Yes.
And where did you go?
We went to Pipeline at Usenu's compound. Because before he left, he also said that we can't let Solo's death go in vain. We can't let this continue.
Solo la saya nta tunu la teng nte sol na nyinyon ku faso liye teng kakenyim bankun kang.
So he said there will be a press conference at his house.
Ako to kibar be bekela le ala kordato.
So when we marched, we went there to join the press conference.
Ako bilite lutamata itata kafuje le pruka u kibar be no Kenyala.
As you were walking towards Useinu's house, were you saying anything? I mean, by you, I mean your party, your group. Were they saying anything?
Wato men albeta makan kata Useinu la kordato. Eteni wo kafo monu menu bitakam. Falbe kumalle fokam bang sino ka albeta kan tumo men.
I remember some people were behind me. They were shouting, "Jana killed my father. He killed Solo." They were saying that. I remember.
ako bita kan to wenna hakilo ba kan ay nyimmoy mulu ba koma menu be nyim fokan ko jammele solo Sandeng fa jammele ya fa ma fa bo kuma fa so wolle fokan wato me be silo ka bita kan.
Did you occupy the main road or you were walking on the footpath?
Aliye sila ba temole mutabang fodu aliye silo jenjamole ta.
Yeah, it was on the footpath from Dipakunda, and we came through Lapikunda and then to pipeline.
Ako ye silo jenjamole ta kabudi pakunda kana Latrikunda bitu itententa wolela kata pipeline.
So tell us what happened when you arrived at Usain's house.
After the press conference, during the press conference, we mentioned that we would go out and march on the streets to ask for Solo's release, either dead or alive. He also told us that they, the UDP.
Sorry?
He also told us that they, the executive members of the UDP, they will be in front, so that whatever happens, it could happen to them first. He said they would hold hands at the back. And that's how it happened, and we wrote on white papers.
What did you write on those papers?
On some papers it was release Solo Sandeng, dead or alive. And on others it was written the Westfield protest.
Sorry,
could you take that again?
On some other papers it was written, release the Westfield protesters.
Do you have an estimate of how many people were involved in that protest?
It was a lot of people, I can't really say.
Would you say it was a mixture of people of all ages and sex?
Right, all of those.
And who led the group?
It was Usainu Dabo and the UDP executive who held hands.
Would you remember their names?
I think I saw Uncle Femi Peters.
Uncle Femi Peters DJ.
Landira, late Landira.
Tala Landira.
Usainu Dabo.
Usainu Dabo Fang.
Kemi Senjamme. I don't know if I remember all of them, but
and I would imagine they set out from Usainu's house. Where did they go?
We headed towards Westfield.
Give us a description of how things unfolded.
So when we left, we were chanting, we need Solo Sandeng, dead or alive. And we were marching and we went up to around Pipeline Mosque. We saw, I think, 2 trucks progress. They were with guns. But they just drove past.
Bari
they were looking at us.
Ibe jube kan de bari wolu ni moto tambitela le tendron ibe jube kan.
So we proceeded.
Bidu tententa wala nyama.
Up to around the Comium building in Karaba Avenue.
Foita ta fofita ta Comium la korda bato Karaba Avenue silo kanje.
Then we suddenly saw trucks of paramilitary officers.
Akotumole ya mutubalu fanali jenyi paramilitary beul le kono.
They just came down and started beating up people, cracking up the crowd and
wolu mandiamu wolu briye jedron wolu jite la motolle kono yeli paroda mutaka boy mulu kan.
Did they advise the crowd to stop the protest and disperse?
Fodo wolu diamu taka fo moli ne ka fo enko alinyin tamu gula aliye janjang fo kumu fa aliye laba.
I wouldn't know because I was not right in front. If they had done that too, I wouldn't know.
Akwa talon na fo wolu yokele bankata te mantara nyato ni wotumo.
Your group, excuse me, were they using a microphone?
Allah ka fo mulu microphone le bali bunu mbang.
No.
Honey.
So all that was being said was without any technical amplification or any mechanical amplification.
Amin talbe membe fo kanu joran talibulu men salla kuma kanu warandi.
The only weapon we had were the papers that we held in our hands.
Joran men tartantul bulu wala na kaytolu men safe ibn bulokono.
So tell us
voices with which we shouted.
And
tell us what happened when they arrived and started beating up people.
Saying afonye munena take briton futata yemo lipo damuta.
Well, the crowd was chaotic then. People were resisting, standing.
Ako munta ketambi nyolon dikafu mun fanalu la balantale ilota.
And then some people were being thrown to the trucks.
We dolu muta ke diaku ya chikandi ke fai moto kono moto balu.
Did you see any people injured?
For mo lijele menu baramata ban.
Yes, they were beating. I saw one old man that they had hit, I think, with the baton.
Ako a mo dolu sotondale menu baramata ye menu lipa ila batini la doko men katare bulu.
But quickly, I don't know who that was, but someone just put me in a taxi.
Put you in a
taxi.
Akama lo njumale mude bari mole nataka ate muta doron ka dundi taxi okono.
Was it only you?
Tenda manne bula taxi okono ban.
It was with my younger sister, I remember.
Aka hakilo ba kan ate na do muso le muyete le muta ke bulandi taxi okono.
And where did the taxi drive to?
Sai taxi ni yal bulandi men ko ayal tele samba min tole.
To the Pakunda, a home.
Ay sambe la suoko no di Pakunda.
Did you tell the taxi driver where you were to go to?
For alia for taxi driver ni yenne anyanta li sambala mami.
Yes, when we were put in the taxi, my brother-in-law told me, just go. I told him I wouldn't.
Akubiri ebulandi taxi ni kono abitamu ma kaenne ko alta bari atelafu abalanta nuna ko en ko hanin tita.
But then he told me that you should go with your siblings.
Akubari onata fayan ko inido yeta aliyebojang inido aliyebojang alta.
So you and your sister entered the taxi. How about your other siblings? What happened to them?
I couldn't find my brother, Muhammad. Later we met at the Pakunda. We ran from pipeline to the Pakunda.
Bari kola nana tabendi Pakunda kato ate burtana ne kabu pipeline kanadi Pakunda.
But then he was already hit with a baton and he was followed by some paramilitary officers.
Ako bari utumu ya lipa batini wala lefuka pare adun paramilitary ulubulu fongu baba indi ka utumu.
When he got there, he told me that.
Bega fitata suoko no ayole fati.
And with his injury, we exiled with that.
Ako anala ubaramu watu mebe banko bulala kata anu ubaramu tatale.
But all your siblings who were in town managed to make it home, correct?
Aka bari ido kolu manu bebe sate kono banko ka wotumo albena ta futa nyoma le suo kono.
Yes, we did.
Do you know what happened to the leaders of the protest?
Sai ina ta lonne mune ketawo balamba ya molu men ya lon ko telle ya nyaton kaya mune na ta kela fa lo ban.
I saw them being arrested.
Na jele bi mutakantu no men.
Do you recall?
I later
proceed, please. Proceed.
Tendeng.
And I later learned that they were taken to the paramilitary headquarters.
And nata mo fananko ye samba paramilitary on korda batone.
Do you know who among the UDP executives were arrested at that time?
Follow the UDP la nyaton ko ko ni jumanyo le mutamu wulula.
Well, I don't know all of them by name.
Maybe Tony Londe.
But like the few I mentioned here earlier were there.
Ako bari ngamu dantang menu tolu fo jamila nyaton ko ko ngamenu tolu fo mamme bake wol be mutamu ko lanu.
You mentioned Usainu Dabo.
Yeah, Usainu Dabo for
Kemesen Jame.
Kemesen Jame.
Femi Peters. And Diba.
I mean Lamin Diba.
Yeah, I remember Fanta Dabo was arrested at that time.
Hakilo ya mta Fanta Nyadi
Dabo.
Fanta Dabo fana ya mutale.
And Jukuna Suso, I guess.
And Jukuna Suso.
I wouldn't remember all of them.
Okay. So while at home, you have managed to escape the events at Kairaba Avenue, and you found yourself home, your siblings, Muhammad had arrived. What happened next?
Sa imbring alnata katawaire alikanata udin kirato u kabu balambaya dulato hani futate ya Muhammad fanana tafuta nang silang yaje ko udi ko fanalu be natale muni nata ke ukola.
When we arrived, it was less than 5 minutes. How many minutes? It was not long.
Sorry, can you go back again? Come again.
When we arrived, it was approximately between 5 to 10 minutes.
Brief na sokono amantam bi minute lulu kata minute tangola.
Then a young man ran coming to us.
Ako funding keni mborona tafutate maje.
And told us that soldiers were coming.
I will find ko soldier ba kanande.
So that's how we were all packed out of the compound and then taken to the neighboring compound.
Ako tembolo yetu beka funyo maswoko je samba sinyolu la kordal to idala je.
Were the soldiers coming towards your house? Were the soldiers coming towards your home?
For soldier ni binakan Allah swala kono numbang.
Yes.
Ha.
So did any people remain in your home?
For mo so don tala menu tuta swoko je.
Yes, there were other family members, not immediate.
Ako ha badin dolu be swoko la manke ko nimmen yele kilinti de bari badin dolu fanal tuta swoko jele.
But your immediate family members left.
Bari amunta meni alon ko ini wallem badin kilinti atem be bota swoko no.
Yeah, sure, including my mom and my 2-year-old sister.
Ha until be bota yele kata ndo mama alon ko abe sanji fulane wotumo.
Where did you go?
Altara mindole.
We didn't have time to go far, so from our compound they put us in the next compound.
No bla jamota briyen findindin na sokono korda men ben balaje dro yendundi woleto.
I was not in the same room with my mom.
Mantara bunkling kono den nimbama.
I think they just hit us like so quickly, so I was with Muhammad.
Ako amunta yetu nunnu wonyale tarin ke don ko bari andi atanim Muhammad do yo kanu.
And what happened next?
Muhammad
had called Yamadaba.
Muhammad Yamadaba commanded me.
And who's Yamadaba?
Jumalo Yamadaba too.
She is Usainu's daughter, Usainu Dabo's daughter.
Usainu Dabo Dimalamu Fananti.
And then informed her of what was happening. So after some time, or let's say 30 minutes,
come again.
Some 30 minutes after, our neighbors came and told us to come out. And then Yama had also sent a friend of hers.
Sorry, Yama had?
Sent a friend of hers. Who came with a car. But she didn't come up to the house. She parked a bit far from the house. So from the neighbor's house, we didn't go back home. We immediately had to go to the car. And we told the lady to take us to the Senegal embassy.
Why did you make that decision? Why did you make that request?
Because after the protest, and seeing that the soldiers had come home immediately, it was not safe anymore. And probably what my dad thought, that it wouldn't be good for his family.
So, what happened when you arrived at the Senegalese embassy?
We were unfortunately denied entry.
What did you do?
And the security told us that it was on Saturday and we were not given permission to go in.
Security
so we had to find a place, there was only a veranda at the back of the embassy where we had to stand. Because we saw that on the highway, there were paramilitaries. It was highly mounted with paramilitary officers. So we called my brother-in-law. He was my sister's husband, sorry. And we told him we couldn't get in and he had to send us a taxi.
And we find
and we were taken to Sanchaba, his house.
And what happened after that?
We stayed at Sanchaba for a week in hiding.
At this stage, 1 week after the information you received that your father had died, did you receive or did the family receive any information from the authorities concerning the whereabouts of your father?
Not at all.
Did you receive any delegation from the government to try to at least interact with the family in any way?
No, and as a matter of fact, we were running away from the government.
Do you know whether the government made any statement, public statement, about the incident?
To the
best of my knowledge, not up to that.
So as far as you know, the government remained mum throughout.
Not only did they remain silent, but they haunted us too.
And as a result of the fact that you were being searched for all over, what did you do?
I reached out to a friend who was my current husband. I reached out to a friend who is my current husband now. I told him I think we would have to leave the Gambia.
Why did you think that you had to leave the country?
We won't be able to stay in hiding our whole lives.
Hiding from
we had to go somewhere.
Hiding from who and why?
Hiding from Yaya Jammeh and his authorities.
Why?
For being the family members of Solo Sandeng. And probably for speaking out on that day and protesting on April 16th.
So you informed Mr. Dabo Balamusa that you thought that the wise thing to do was to leave the country. What happened after that?
Saying inatangin for Balamusa Dabo mira ko mem ko ta wolem ali banko bula silang mulena take ko la brio fa watamit. He also related the information to someone who also spoke to Sahna Sala of the DC. Ayo saya atafanan dia muta mole me ya lonko ka foye tukulor si. So wo fanan ngata dia mu do fanaye ka fo me is it Sahna Sala? Yeah. No, Fananata Diamu Kafume Sona Sala.
And Sona Sala would also be in the United States. Is that right?
And we Sona Sala from the America Banco Fonde.
And what happened after that?
It was my first time speaking to both people, so someone told me they would help me. You know, when I'm seeing a float in Diameter, but it's not a but she told me we had to keep it a secret. Because if it is known, we might be caught or arrested. So I told her I wouldn't tell anyone. Even my mom, I told her I'm doing what my dad asked me to do. He told me to keep the family safe. So please bear with me. I can't explain everything. But we will be leaving.
And how did you leave?
Sona Sala sent, she firstly connected me to someone. Follow Sona Duma who? Musa Asar. Sona Sala Fananata Nimmo Dole Fayo Kai Kafume Musa Asar. Who was also in exile in Senegal. Mayalo Fanaye Banko Bulala Utumude Awudaita the Senegal Banko kan. Musa told me he would guide me. Musa Infonyanko Aben Iya Marilale kan Samba Kasimo until we got to him. Hanufo Futama. Did that they also sent a driver. Anata moto fanankina.
Proceed, please.
And the guy came. I remember it was 25th of April. On a Sunday. We left very early in the morning. While it was still dark.
But not all of us.
Bari mbe manta nyola de.
It was myself,
Akwate fango,
my mother,
anabama,
my two sisters,
ani
Aminata.
anadu fululu Aminata.
She's my elder sister.
Aminata o makoto musoleti.
In a
My
sense,
younger sister.
Anate do muso.
all of you managed to make it across the border to Senegal, correct?
Bitu atelu be nata katawtumole hanufo aliena ne salang albunta Senegal.
Yes, we divided ourselves into two groups. Some went through the Banjul Ferry Terminal.
Akoy talata kafu iketa kafu fulaneti. Dolu tata nin Banjul Ferry ma fangola sinola.
And some of us used
Jiboro.
Dolu tata nin Jiboro sinolela.
Eventually,
we couldn't.
Proceed, please.
Akoy tente.
We couldn't just walk past the Jiboro police station, so my brother.
Akoy tina yola drong ye tambi Jiboro police station wala wonya. Sorry, can you come again? What followed that?
My sister and brother had to act like villagers, but they just walked past.
Ako bitu abarin ko anin akoto muso ye fankele ko itul mo sate mo leti bitu ne nata drong itamate simula itambita.
I couldn't do that.
Akata te okenola.
So the driver said he took me through the bush.
Ako driver ni se woni moto dunta sutole kono.
No, it was not with the car.
Ako hani ay manta moto la bitu amunta se wole ate dundi suto kono itamate simula.
And then I walked past the police station.
Itamita police station wala wala nyama.
While he went back to pick my mom and the baby.
Utumole monata muru kata abama nin dena no dindingu nin kamma.
They went with the car, but the three of us had to walk on foot.
Wolim motole nata da bari tel musa bota mata isimol la ka nane wosalang.
Eventually, all of you managed to make it across the border, and you found yourself in Senegal.
Abitu anatake ko albe yena ne wosalang wole nyama alnata ben albe alfanje Senegal.
Kindly tell us briefly about life in Senegal at that time.
Afonye ndoro kuma sutun kono taranya baluta nyamen altarta nyamen Senegal banko kan.
When we got to Dakar, sorry, it was not Dakar, it's Kampuma Ngekok.
Sorry, come again.
Kampuma Ngekok.
Bring tatam futadami Kampuma Ngekok.
Next to Sinja.
Damembe Sinja bala.
Yeah, we thought it was not safe in Dakar.
Benin mirako tanko mantaran toliye Dakar sate okono.
Why do you think that?
Muna yo mira.
There was rumors that Jammeh had his officers, plainclothes officers there.
Nanyin kibaro sotoko mini kumo ya itandiko. Jammela molu be Senegal banko kangotumo Dakar sate okono. Meni alon ko buka uniform dum bari be do ko wala tele.
So just to take precautions, we had to stop at Kampama. Where Musa also lived.
Kampur kam fantan kandin dan ta Kampama adu Musa fana yabe woleto.
So you decided to settle down in Ngekho, right?
Yes.
And for how long did you remain in Senegal?
For 9 months.
And how did you spend your time in Senegal?
Firstly, it was difficult.
Follow de akoleata.
But thankfully, when we got there, Sohna Sara
sorry, Bral Frataje Sohna Sara
arranged with Musa.
Bral Frataje Sohna Sala utumo anim Musa ye ferocity.
And a house was rented for the family.
Ye bulwas dimbaya ye.
It was a full compound.
Amunta korda mume olemu.
That had only 2 bedrooms.
Bari labu fula drone le bije.
We were 10 people.
And utumo itulumo tanemu.
So we had to use the parlor as another bedroom.
Bitu salo ni kono yoleta kake labu ndoti.
And on that day, we didn't have any mattresses. So I called my friend in Gambia. And my salary was sent to me by a wife. And we bought about 3 mattresses. My siblings and my mom had to sleep on them. I spread a prayer mat and I slept on that. Graceful though. I was glad that I had to do what my dad asked me to do.
This initial move to Senegal must have had an impact on the family. Could you tell us about that?
Senegal ay kule sababu ita alla dimbaya mu noma fem fo nyoto bang ay mune sababu alima.
It was our first time for most of my family, first time leaving Gambia.
Akwate nin dimbaya mu noma we musinya foloti pour ye bo Gambia banko kan ka banko bula.
And we also left abruptly.
Allu la tafanan keta terrain mortality.
We didn't take along any clothes because Sinu had told us with clothes.
Katu ini feto fata mantanyo la menyalo isa samba.
Sinu told us if we had gone with clothes, we would have been detected at the border.
Ako katu sehu yengu friend ko nal ning fengu nata feto fatolu ibale korosila ibale sutela le na noto de.
Because my siblings had to act like villagers, so they should not be recognized as travelers.
Katu atedulu alinga koto wulu ye fankela ko musate dimoleti bitu mo manyale jubela ke sute ko tamala le community.
So in Senegal we had no belongings, we left everything in Gambia.
Ako katu Senegal banko kan fente buluje mesike fansum family ye felo betu Gambia
family members.
Abigo pad
we left family members too.
And we ye badin bolu fanal tu banko kanjang.
And we just moved. Was the previous day to the next day we were in Senegal.
It will little don kata nufolo me winter was so more ye fanje Senegal.
So it was very hard for the family to settle.
Akoleata dimbaya bulu purkasi katara black nimto.
And for the school going kids, my younger brothers,
they wouldn't
be able to go to school. And we later registered them at the Franco-Arabic school in Senegal. We started French.
While in Senegal, you also registered with the UN Refugee Agency, UNHCR, correct?
Bilal Senegal, Alnatata Aliali Fansafe, UNHCR, Willem United Nations Labuloti, Menuka Udailalu Makwe.
And in that process, you were also assisted by some other relevant regional and international organizations.
Bitu Kofanan Kono, Kafukotelo Lumenia Lonko Bankunin Bankutemo Bunda Lemuluti, Ulfanalata Ibulubin Alikoto Purka Mako Rudiala.
Yes, like Amnesty International, Article 19.
Article 19, Amnesty International, Ulbebo Kafu Lekonomani Makorodi.
Who in particular were you in contact with at Article 19?
Jumale Mumote Alim Nankanyo Bundala Ikafume Article 19.
My lovely Auntie Fatoumatta Senghor.
Mbama Ikafume Auntie Fatoumatta Senghor.
And
Amnesty Membijeme Kafaile Sidi Gasama.
All right.
You were saying?
No, happy that you are well taken care of by Fatoumatta Senghor and Sidi Gasama of Amnesty.
Ngata sewoti Fatoumatta Senghor ning Sidi Gasama Amnesty la bunda ye ali topoto keta sewoti.
And you were in Senegal, and were you during this period following events that were happening in the Gambia?
Albe Senegal wotumo men fo wotumo albale haklu to kan ko luto men be ke kan Gambia banko kan wotumo.
Yes, we were.
What did you learn?
The protesters, the April 14 protesters, were taken to court. But Solo never showed up. Personally, I have concluded it was true. But my mom was still hopeful that he might maybe show up one day. Maybe he's just wounded or in a bad condition, but he is not dead.
Afamasi findika foko sekeno abaramatale dron wala lusi si isinaji ay fintina ayo abama ni jiko besiri mu.
But it was in June 2016.
Akobari June karo kono 2016.
I remember Sheikh Omar Jeng.
Hakilo baka ikafume Sheikh Omar Jeng,
who was representing the state at the time. Confirmed that Solo Sandeng had died in custody.
How
from respiratory failure.
How did the family receive that information?
Amunta sila dimba ya luyo kibaro ya ata nyadile ya soto nyadile.
I would say every day 2016 after April was in the forest.
Sorry, can you come back again?
I must say that every day after April 14.
Nisafolo kululundi bring April kamo tiltani nano tambita.
Was a devastating day for the family. We would receive one news or the other. And it was never anything to say he might be alive. But the fact that yes, he has died.
When you received this information, did your family receive it at the same time?
No, I hid in a room and I was following the news. Where I also read Nogonja's testimony as to how she was tortured and how she saw my back. She described things as she saw them. It just broke my heart. Because I know how strong my father was. And torturing him to a point to those pains, very hard torture.
Take your time.
Tissue. I'm sorry about that.
Take your time.
Yeah, so when I read that,
Birno kuma kamanu karan.
I didn't tell my mom immediately.
Ma fumba mai wonoto de.
She asked why I was crying because I cried so bitterly.
Waya nyininka munene ka kumbu ka to utumo aka kumbo ta kumbo nya jaw.
I only told her that I had a bad headache.
Akayi fa ba mayen ko kundi minule mutame mbatandi.
I remember she gave me some paracetamol to take.
Ako hakilo ba kan way paracetamol bori ke sol dul dia la pura samin.
Later I called my doctor and brought my siblings.
Wat wokola lo manata akotolni adukul dul kumandi abadi stul drum.
I showed them that I had read.
Aya itandila ate kibaro men karan.
But I told him I don't know how to tell my mom.
But I knew for Islam malum benin kibaro fulamba ma nyadile.
So we decided we would call my dad's brothers back in the Gambia.
Bari nataka mbenin doko afama badu afama doko wala kotomen be Gambia jangi sio kumandi.
We told them that we would like them to break the rest to my mom finally.
Bitu ya kwendi wala mako ibe lafilale puru atasiki baro nyindi bamala.
They did that.
Walioleke.
I remember my mom fell down and she was unconscious.
Akabada ni kala mabiria akibaro fu abama ya aboitale bitu aketuta.
My siblings, all of us, we sat there crying.
Akana lukulu ana akutuli besi tanyo kanji lukumbo kan.
Worried about my mom.
Katu ibama la kufonga nati dungu.
But she was eventually fine.
Bari okola ala natake tanamanna soto.
And this certainly was a period very close to the elections of 2016.
Wakata watu men katata min karte fayola back 2016 sangokolo.
What did you do during this period?
Ite fonga munekanu wichi wala wotembo
with the full knowledge that your father had passed.
Andu tumu kumu ko ite mako ifama ala ya minjio doyale.
I had concluded at that point.
Bitu wotembo nata nyine mutansondo mokonoko.
My dad wanted Jama to be ousted out.
Mfama lafita nyine ndronde na nini purka jamel bondi mansayala.
And I would continue from where he stopped in April.
Bitu ndalun be continue lale atedanta dami April karo tiltani na nonte batala jele na tenteng.
So I held a lot of interviews.
Bitu wayasa bu nakacha jamalu ke nimmolu.
And I reached out to the young people that I knew in Gambia.
Bitu nakata fanan mfutata nim fundinke jamale nyomo yimene be Gambia jang.
I remember calling and reaching out to some with the help of some people in China.
Andu modoli mako yimene be fe Senegal ya kata hani fundin mo fundinke modoli nyomo yimene be Gambia jang tumo.
We bought sprays where they would on the walls and the streets. Gambia had decided.
Bitu nanyin spray lu sang walam amene be ko pompir langlo ka bumbalo lu safe menna ka foje ko Gambia has decided walam nyenti Gambia yelo dula tale.
Because people were being arrested.
I beg your pardon? People
who wore the t-shirts, Gambia has decided were being arrested.
Kato tumo mene ya dondi kodu nga besaferi membala Gambia has decided. Wala Gambia kamutale. Yo mulu mutale nuwo tumo mulu mutakang.
This must have happened after the election results were announced. My question was more about what you did prior to the elections.
Wo momuto wo ngalo keta birin carte fa tambita bari bitu ndala nyinin karo mun muneti jan min carte wo fay ye mu kulle tamandi ferol men yekenu.
Yeah, sorry about that. So we had made Facebook videos, that was with the whole family, excluding my mom.
Ye dimbaya video letanu wotumo etelu. Bari bamada mantara wulu kono de yo video dada.
Appealing to people to come out.
ka wasimo le puri finti kata carte o fay
for the coalition at that time.
Pour kata carte o fay patiolu la denna bunda e ka fume coalition.
These videos could be found on Facebook.
Wo video lu ye fintindi Facebook la bunda la.
In essence, you continued the campaign against Jammeh.
Amunta wala minti ko atelier campaign o tentendi lankene mo pour ka Jammeh ka fero ke pour ka kele ka bundi.
Yes.
And it was after the results were announced indicating that Jammeh had lost. That was when you started the Gambia Has Decided, you joined the Gambia Has Decided campaign to protect the vote.
Amunta bring carte o fighter hani fo silang anata senea ko Jammeh boytale a fotale utumolom inata kafu ni lankene mo ma campaign o Gambia Has Decided pour ka ko sembentu ya.
How did the family receive the information that Jammeh had lost the election?
Dimbaya mulu ya kibaro nyinta nyadile bring afata ko Jammeh boytale carte fayoto.
Remember, we hadn't slept the whole night.
Ukilo baka ulu shuto mume mansino.
Yeah, writing. I had a book and I was writing off before.
Akoto nya buko bembulumbe menkarankalu tumo.
Like my dad would do. So when the news was broken out, it took a long time. Next month.
Bring a kibaru findindi. I watched janta fukatabula the next morning. You mean?
Yes.
Kata hani fo fanikeo kang.
And then it was announced that Adama Barrow had won.
Utumola ya kankula ko Adama Barrow ganyetale.
Instead of laughing, we cried.
Itelu amanke ko ijeleta de bari kumbota le koteke.
And I guess there were tears of joy.
Bare ayumuta ko aketa sewo nyaji uleti.
To know that Solo had achieved what he was fighting for his whole life.
Amunta yengine jeko Solo la balu mu kono abe men katakan wuto asototale sai.
And most importantly, that he died for.
And men kumayata je wala nyindiko afata meye wala natake.
Sooner.
And also that we could go back home soon.
And atemela woto mbesailaya.
And indeed, on the 28th January 2017, you returned to Gambia, correct?
January 2017, I'll say it in Gambia.
We did. It was sad because we had a family in Senegal as well.
Akoto nyanga kewole nyama bara natake balafa fananti karuna badi lusoto dimba lusoto Senegal mbelum dameng.
I have pictures here with me.
Natalo lubemulu jang.
Pictures of the family.
Dimba ala natalo.
Could you zoom into this?
Camera
This one showed the family in Senegal.
Senegal.
Could you confirm that?
Yes, sure.
And there is another of the family at the ferry when they arrived from Senegal. Correct?
Yes, and we had friends and family who came to receive us, and we appreciated that so much.
That would be this photograph.
Right.
Mr. Chair, I would ask that these pictures be exhibited. I'll provide the exhibit numbers in a moment. How did it feel to come back to Gambia during that period?
Silang, akete fe nyadile hadamayatu purkajeko ibe sela nan iya kana Gambia.
It was like a dream come true. We really didn't expect that. So
aketa ko ni isibo takola usibo me isibo tala. Wonata yele maketa kusoto remuti. Katu imanjiki ninko wati soto kono itembe silo soto la kasena Gambia.
But we are thankful.
Soon thereafter, the tables turned. Those who were being prosecuted were released, and those who were responsible for the arrests are now being prosecuted.
meni alon ko be kitindi kalno wutumo be muto kono yebula meni alon ko lenata ke moluti meni yo tajire yaluke sai inata mun ko muta e bon dum kitindi kan.
The NIA 9 case was born.
Mutumo lon NIA law mo nyatun ka konon to lu lay be kitindi kan wala ko findita datita wutumo le.
What did you come to learn about this case?
Inata mun karango ko nyin kono bring datita wukito.
Before I come to that, I would like to say about my sister delivered.
Sorry, what?
In Senegal.
Who delivered?
My sister.
Ako jannado futalauto akotoma wuluta Senegal.
I also got married in exile.
And what if I fruit or tembole, what will men in the banco bantala?
So no matter how hard it was, we made sure we made some happy moments out of it.
Barbitu ya kata hanufo kakudu tamandi me ya lonko uliketa tukunyi malti.
When I purposely did that to defy Gamma, he would try to deny us from our happiness.
And I woke in the kama. Burhanim bi kala balambaya itandi jammela me ya lonko umalafi itilila ni sewola.
Back to the NIA case in Gambia.
Purka muruna nying NIA la kuko nyinto la kito nyinto Gambia jang.
We were consulted by some police officers. I remember Sandeng.
Ako police holu dolu nata soto meni nyininka hakilo baka ikafume ya Sengor.
Jali?
Ako fu Jali?
Proceed.
Akatente?
Could be.
Akasike?
Yeah, so we were invited at the Bango police headquarters.
Ye kumandi puru finalisita banyun la police korda bato.
Things were explained to us.
Ye kulu sate ye jele kabo ye nyoto.
That my father's grave was empty.
Ko afama ya abade tanyele tata kaburo nyimbo woleto.
Where he was buried that night.
Yeah.
When he was tortured to death.
Numme ya tajire ya kadimindi fafata itata bade damen tanje.
From what you learned, was he given a proper Muslim burial?
Ila londoto ekmem fo fodu ika muslim lu bade nyame ya bade wala nyama bang.
No, he was just dropped out there.
Ako halide ya sambala dorono ya asusare.
So the police asked us if we would give them permission to exhume the body.
Ako police ni fo nisi kango ditolla puri fureo ni sen kamuri.
And again, on behalf of the family, I signed the papers.
Ako kote ke dimba alutoyala atele kaito lu sign.
And the police exhumed the body.
Police ole afureo ni mbondi kasim.
At which I couldn't be present.
And ate mama beno dinkilato.
But my younger brother Muhammad was there.
Bari adoma Muhammad wo bijele nuwotumo.
What happened to the remains?
Silang inatamune ke fureo ni nabiria asain kawuri.
They were taken to Bango, the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital.
Ni fureo ni samba banyun loptani banyinto.
And a DNA test was conducted.
Mutumolo kotoboro ke ka ajibe itelisi mfenne bondino abala isa jube na tonya solo Sandeng fangulo mundi.
Yeah, from a forensic doctor. He was international.
Yeah, Dr. Romeo do ko ke banku num banku te ma do kula lu mama riti.
And I remember he was but we were solo.
Between hakilo baka ngina tatonya andiko tonya nyimari solo Sandeng fangulo mundi.
And the body was still at the hospital.
Andu tumo freo ana betarali abelobtano to jenu tumo.
After 4 years.
After? Sangina Nicola for sign.
Their family would need closure on that particular issue, wouldn't they?
Dimbali be solale kunyi kumfadlala ukunyi na karola fonde.
That is one of the things that hurt. Knowing that Solo's remains at the hospital.
Umukuru kulo kilimiti kafu kwa hanyi mbi solo fure ubelari loptalo.
Can you kindly
receive it for closure?
Can you kindly tell the Commission the impact all this has had on you and your family?
Saying afokomiso we nyim ko be anatamune sababu itapuni dimbaya aluma.
Firstly, my younger sister,
Fulo nduma ikafume jenaba.
She was very close to my dad.
Akatatamfa mala bake no utumu.
And we would say my dad has spoiled her.
Sorry, come back again.
We would say she was a pet.
Nsafoko mfama ayate lako mutanyanyi ayatinyandile dal.
She would always, until now, have emotional breakdowns.
Kabiri otumu fokana bula sayin wati wokuwa milio akabunalane.
She would be admitted at the hospital.
No ketala dorong tumulu ni salandile bitanoto.
And once I remember, I arranged for her to go to Banjo. And the doctor had told me that we should make sure.
What?
We should make sure she doesn't stay alone. Because it's because she thinks a lot. That's why she has these breakdowns and also this respiratory problem. And personally, I do have my parents still. When I close my eyes, when I see my father being beaten.
Sorry, come back again.
What I see is my father being tortured.
And
the fact that I read Novel's testimony and that
and
that the police had informed me that the video that was available of my dad.
Sorry, I beg your pardon?
A video of my dad after he was tortured was available.
Video video ne alonko biria fama dimindi fokul be kola a video bekerine
where he was asking for drinking water. That hurts me.
Then aba foka mpuria so jiola ayemi iya abali jiola akoka dimindi hanufo.
So these are the things I see when I sleep. I've tried speaking to him psychologists, but I don't think I'll ever be able to get over that.
Katale purka dia muoli lonna lumensa makono akobara mamira fo wokobe bolo la kunna koteke.
There might be other problems with my mother.
There might be other problems. Sorry, come back again.
With my other sibling.
As a Kenyan adokolu funalu for ana wala kotolu for funalu ka wenye kole ya faso lutaki.
But I don't know.
Bari akama along.
One thing for sure is that my younger sister, who was 2 at the time,
ako bari kukilin ado labang meya long kontumu sio besanyi fula.
Couldn't remember who her dad was.
Hakilo mamuta no jumale mu afamati.
And Solo was, because we are a young family, the oldest of us is like 30 now.
Ako kato tulmu dimba ya funding keri moliti kato men ke bayata ibeko no bi wosio besanji tansaba.
We were all school going at the time or graduated from school.
Ako tumu itelu jama beko no bebita kan karambulo to dantale jita karamudo tumu.
And I just had started work from October to April.
Ako tumu atedo ko damutale drone kabo October kata April karokan.
My sister also started work with the MRC.
Ako ndu yatara akoto muso fana do ko damuta MRC.
But because we had to run to exile,
ako bari katu wairi foi banko bula kawudai.
Both my sister and I had to lose our jobs.
Akoto muso nate kumwe tulube fote la do ko la wala nyama.
And coming back to Gambia,
and bring Cameroon and Gambia,
compound where we stayed, family compound.
Ebe so men kolonum abamala dimbaya korda kabila korda lamjiti.
The part that we stayed was rented out.
It will be demen to me in atam utoke lua soleti modol le tartaje.
We had to rent.
Butu tumole fotul fanalo nata ta lua sole kono.
And for the most part,
alu men sembo wartaje.
We have been living at the mercy of other people who would help the family.
Itulube baluka modol le makoy rola men yalonko woleka idimba yim makoy.
And this is not because we are proud.
Akobari amanke ko nyindiko itelu imoleti menu kananya ala walla iwarata.
But no one would like to live at the mercy of other people.
Bari nyimanke modiya nyekoti ite tara baluri modol la makoy ro dam mankan.
And it is not something that we wished for.
And we manke kuti itelu fonu lafita menna.
Or that we are comfortable with.
Walla meya lonko asono yate itulufe.
We try as much as possible not to get to that point.
Ifalanka katalenya besi nyama puri kanatara utuku yoto.
But we would realize it is inevitable at some point.
Bari kanaje ko wato dulu ferele mansoto walanna.
Mr. Chair, that's the end of my questioning of the witness. Thank you very much, Fatoumatta, for answering my questions. Over to you, Mr. Chair.
Fatoumatta, chairman.
Thank you very much indeed, my counsel, and thank you, Madam Fatoumatta Sandeng Dabo, for your testimony.
Chairman ye council numbara bari ete Fatoumatta Sandeng Dabo fanan chairman ko numbara ila solo ila sede arokan.
We share the family's pain at the loss of your father.
Bitu dimbaya la diminu ni la nikuya menketa ifama la sayati diminu me alonko mbe dentalale.
Ibrahim Solo Sandeng was a patriot.
Ibrahim Solo Sandeng bankudin kende bale mwatinu.
He made the ultimate sacrifice
amunta atayabu ayobu afalle to banko to yala
to liberate the country
from
a brutal dictatorship
kabo maralo kono me yalon ko sembela maralo le men tilimbali atata nyola
and authoritarian rule.
Me yalon ko mo kilin kamle katamanu to mo fanan.
It was not just his individual sacrifice,
amanke ko atem la kun kilin fambo da bannem,
but the impact of that on the family, a young family.
Bari watalaw kuo we ko men sabu dimbaya ma men keta dimbaya fundinke men keta fundinke dimbayati.
His sacrifice
allow fambo
will remain in the annals of the liberation of this country.
Wo tariko liti me ya lonka betula Gambia la tariko le kono fajannim faw.
Thank you very much indeed, Fatoumatta,
for
coming to help us get to understand what happened 14th to 16 April 2016.
Men kata kabo April karo til tan nani kata April karo til tan ani woro kan April karo kono 2016 yem mako je inimbara.
And subsequently the suffering that the family endured.
Ani dimba na tabatamen taki akuokola.
Commissioners, if you have any questions to ask, please indicate. Bishop, you have the floor, please.
Ni commissioner be nyininkala Bishop Adiko, Bishop Odiko wala rafte nyininkala.
Thank you, Chairman.
Akoy numbara chairman.
Mrs. Fatoumatta Sandeng Dabo.
Mrs. Fatoumatta Sandeng Dabo.
We are deeply sorry for the pains that your family went through.
Ni ketal fanali bala fa bati anin ni kuya inila dimbaya lu ni badi mu dunta batamen kono.
But did I hear you rightly?
Bari funga ina kumomo ikule bang.
Is your father's remains still in the mortuary?
Fuhanim bi ifama fureo be fureo bu kono le banjulu bang.
Yes, Bishop, it is still there.
Ha, Bishop,
last time,
afuro bijele.
the last time we were informed
labanta kibaro dilan na wato men
that is still needed for the court case that is still going on.
Ko hanin bibi sulat ringalale pour kito membe ke kanteng.
I'm so sorry about the situation.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad you clarified that point. That was a question I was holding up to see whether or not there was a court injunction and not releasing the body yet to the family until this issue, the case is over.
Sarto wala dalilo me yakendi furobe la rinje barbitu wari anataka ko luani ntilimu bundale la kawmu puru be akala sede ya jora multi nyin kito to membe kerinteng.
Thank you. Commissioner Ka, you have the floor, please.
Commissioner Ka fana lafte yinin kala.
Thank you, Chairman.
Akoy numbara Chairman.
Thank you for your testimony, Fatoumatta.
Fatoumatta numbara ba ke la sede ya ro kan.
I wish to join my colleagues to say sorry for what happened to you and your family.
Mbakafulang commission dokula kotawulu makafo ayaketu menketa inila dimba inibadi ulula.
My question is about the current situation of your family.
Nenginin karo tilinta meno wolem inila dimbaya alubetembo mento sai lafto kala nenginin kala.
I've met your brother a couple of times, Mohammed.
Sinya danta ni ibarin kyo kanyoje Mohammed.
But what I want to ask is, what is the situation of your family currently, and what are your family members into, especially your siblings? What are they doing?
Nengin karo momenti wolem albetembo do amento sayin iteni idukulu ni kutolu mun ibe mine keka nyin tembeng pour de fansambala nyamin.
Thank you, Commissioner Ka.
Commissioner Ka.
Like you said, Mohammed and Jainaba.
Mohammed and Jainaba.
We are attending the University of the Gambia.
Gambia University.
We have to talk to some people also, appeal so we could have some funds to send them to the university.
Alhakatu many alonko ya mako roke puruke la university karamu jo.
The payment of which is sometimes hard, but not that fully paid.
Bare tumodo ajoka kole alde bare bitu nyine ya sabun ka katawole nyama.
But with the help of some people, they are currently fine at the university.
Bare bitu modo la mako roke alhamdulillah ibe karankan university to sai.
My elder sister works at the GRA.
GRA.
But she is also married.
And
the rest of my siblings are still school going. The youngest is now 6.
Thank you, and send my greetings to your husband, Musa. He's my good friend too.
Thank you very much. If there are no further questions, Fatoumatta, if you have any concluding remarks to make, please proceed to make them now.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Chairman.
And I would like to thank you for first of all, I would start with some of the things that are very hard on the family. And that's from the general public, I would say. Especially people who somehow offer help, but still use that for political points. Or still using Solo's name for the same purpose? Those people wouldn't realize that they re-traumatized Solo's family.
Tota ka ke jorawti politiko la karola imam mello wala nyintiko halimbi ibe solo la dimbayalu la nikuyanin mantoro la fakanne.
I would say Solo cannot be separated from Gambian politics, clearly.
Nsinyi fono tonya mote solo to bondino la Gambia la politiko kono.
But what I am saying is a particular party or a particular group of people
ndemem fo ka wala nyinti parti sotonta wala molu me yalonko molu
having done something for Solo's family,
ka fo ye kuke solo la dimbaya
taking pictures of those receipts and circulating them on Facebook.
Ikanio makoroke ikarisito lumenu sotoje ikana worisito luta ke natali ke fintindi Facebook anin kibar bunda kotelula,
using that as a fighting tool against their opponents. Solo died for Gambia.
Solo fata Gambia le.
And he walked the streets of Serekunda with dignity that day, knowing he might die for you and me.
Andu animbujani horomo le tamata Serekunda silo luka wolu. Andu ayinlo kwa sekeno aefa. Andu alasaya abekela ntolumin atelu bele.
So the least expected
between moment sobinu menna
is to respect him and his family. And to know that anything you do, it brings back the traumas and the pains that we lost him.
Anin kijateo anin jikilateo akawle mrundi na ndimba lukankoteke mimi yalonko ikatama ningo silafa sunola.
Some people would sit on Facebook claiming that Solo was betrayed by some people were responsible for his death.
Dolka si Facebook ikafoko mole Solo jamfa anin fanan kafoko ye kulu menuke ya tajireya.
I would like to say that
Melafla kanyum foko
Solo was an adult.
Solo mukebaliti.
He has been doing what he did for years. He is not a person that people would deceive and lure into something that he didn't want to do. As hard as it may feel, he went out that day because he wanted to. And he showed that all over before that day. So I beg for respect and also to him and the family. After that, I would just also like to say that with regards to victims, our work wouldn't be easy. And it's always painful to recount these events. And coming together as an organization, we have promised to work together with accomplices the book. I know that it's going to be hard following the rejection of the draft constitution.
Follow bankola constitution kuto wala msarta kuto banko nyanta tamalala afele balantala.
And our work on the Discord, as we all know, is a bit hard.
andu ñin constitutional membe lorin tay me yalon ka be kering hani bi abe ko yala bakele pour intel nga continue na du ko wala wokoto
but we would make it.
Bari mba kato dangu bekela lo funga tambi jela.
What we need is more political will and also the unity of the victims ourselves.
I would
like to refer this one to Jammeh himself, who might be watching, or probably his associates will be watching. It's going to be just a short story. You know, as kids at home, in the Sandeng family, I mean at home, when we were kids. We would always fight, you know, siblings fight. But the only time that we came together is when, you know, when we were kids, we used to eat this dix, it's called dirimo in Mandinka. And mostly we would launder and then that water we would pour it in the rat holes. And the rest of us will stand with sticks waiting for the rat to come out. And as soon as it comes out, we heat it until it's weak. This is to say, in the hole that you're hiding in, we'll fish you out like we fished that rat out. We wouldn't relent. One thing I know for sure, brave people don't hide when things are hard. Only cowards hurt people when they are about to be caught. Equatorial Guinea might be your rat hole, but the Sandeng family and the victims in general will be the kids that poured water in that hole and hit that rat until it was put under justice. As a spokesperson of the Gambian to Justice campaign, I always say, we are inspired by our Chadian colleagues who suffered under his Habre, but fought for over 20 years to put him behind bars. It would take us more than 20 years. We are ready. If we don't achieve it, our siblings would. If those don't, our kids who were in our stomach and fought, in a simple TRC talk, we would pursue Gambian to Justice for glass. And these are the things that I would like to say. I wouldn't be able to say everything.
Nte kumo be fono la. Nte be kumo be fono la jang.
But like Martin Kere says,
Barko Martin Kere ya fonyo min.
Jamme to justice.
Jamme ka londi tilimu nyati ni wala.
This is our greeting.
Nina mun na konto nduroti.
And this is how we conclude to it.
Alu mbe kumo kumfala nyine fana nyama.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and
Inumbara Chair ani inolam kolbe.
And I appreciate that.
Waketa nyensi wote.
Thank you. So the struggle will go on until hell freezes over.
Chairman ko Inumbara katobe continue lale hanufo jahannaba kando yele maike galasuti.
Well, at least we have some translation of it. It was difficult the other day to interpret.
That was funny, and that's why I used it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But again, thank you so much, Madam Sandeng,
Madam Sandeng,
for coming to testify before the Commission. Yeah. Council, you have one or two procedural matters to bring up the exhibit numbers?
Yes, I'll give that in the afternoon session.
Oh, okay, fine, then that's good.
Thank you.
We will now take a lunch break and then come back. You guide me on the readiness of the witness. Is the witness ready to come at 2:30,
yes.
2 o'clock?
Yes, that's my understanding.
Fine, okay. Fine, thank you. So we will take a lunch break now.
Shall we say 2:15, Mr. Chair? I have an important function.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
2:15, and then we try to finish before 4 o'clock.
Fine. We resume at 2:15. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonic's Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
Jalba!
Aho! Moro!
Bari biba ma diari mbakel.
Konkoto murkoto le konkoto kuto koto purkoto boya.
Muto nyati man ninkolko. Sila koto wakata sate koto.
Prince kuyatele mamanta nang entertainment. Wala bemba kala semega jane hori ka me kora awo. Kala purata enti. Mbe korontoro kan ala karam fa janni woni.
Yenyin kora bemba minda kanake Gambia jang. Sato dao da itata jenkamo de kafo kora award. Ama kaman tenkunno bankoka. Iko banko nyaton ko minketa Adama Baruti anala numonyo first lady.
Fatoumatta baba.
Ye nyim ben kere sika ya ditel la ka kenyaton ko. Amadou Kora wo fanam be jele don. Ajaratu Fatou Sonko bakaw.
Kora mansa.
Ni ajeba kumbola tumbun koto to salon ko dal ko lon sabu. Kora manke bi fenti.
Baraka.
Ha.
Ngo batar la be on.
Mbeje ko dura anda mo be mele.